Let's go next to Vega from Oklahoma.
Hey, David, how's it going?
It's going well, thank you.
So I was watching the Texas Democrats yesterday, and
Mm-hmm.
honestly, it's very exciting that they got to go over to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do you think about progress on the voting rights legislation like H.R. 1 and HR 4 and also the infrastructure package? They just revealed the $3.5 trillion package today.
Yeah. So on voting rights, I'm not hugely optimistic about the bill. I've This has been my view for some time, and as I'm sure you know, Vega, I would immediately change my opinion if the facts changed. That's just the type of guy I am. I'm not very optimistic on the Voting Rights Act. On infrastructure, I am more optimistic. I think Joe Biden desperately needs another major accomplishment, and I'm hoping that it is going to that it is going to happen.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Sorry, your voice went out for a sec.
All right, Vega, thank you very much for the call. I appreciate it. A lot of important questions today and glad to have the opportunity to answer them. Let's go next to, I don't know. How about Daniel from California, also known as Noog Wrangler?
Oh, hello, David.
Hello.
Yes, so like my username, Nug Wrangler, suggests, I'm going to be blunt. So, when is AOC going to be on the show? I know the possibility was teased last year shortly after winning the race to 1 million subscribers.
Anytime she wants. It's wide open. We've reached out a couple of times and haven't heard back. She may be too big for this show, right? I'm not delusional, but she's welcome absolutely anytime.
Yeah, definitely big. Well, you're a good interviewer, so I'm sure you'd have an eloquent way of asking her how she juggles idealism with pragmatism. And I also wanted to know what she would have thought of my prediction, worthless prediction, that it will be AOC versus Ivanka in 2024.
It will not be AOC versus Ivanka in 2024, but I will make a note of it and ask her about it in some way, I guess, if she's ever on the show.
Yeah, well, I'm a gambler. I roll the dice, so that's my bet.
Are you actually betting on that? I mean, you could probably get action on that if you really felt that was going to happen. You probably get 1,000 to 1 odds.
Yeah, I'm betting a membership.
Okay. All right. Very good.
With illegal discount codes, so it's affordable.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Thanks for taking my call.
All right. Thanks very much. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, be very careful with those discount codes. I don't want anybody ending up in prison as a result of them. One of our sponsors today is Strategic Voters, a new podcast that features election experts, political campaign strategists, and everyday Americans who sit down and discuss the biggest issues in the U.S. political landscape. On the activism side, Strategic Voters as an organization aims to encourage people to vote with the benefit of the country as a whole in mind, instead of just voting one party down the ballot. If you want to hear some really different and interesting opinions and approaches to voting and viewing policies, give the Strategic Voters podcast a listen. The latest 2 episodes feature Rachel Cobb and Lana Atkinson as guests. I've been listening to it myself. I've been really enjoying it. It's very grassroots and independent, which I love. Find the Strategic Voters podcast on all major podcast platforms and make sure to follow them on Twitter @Strategic Voters.